Okay, Bob. So great to meet you.
Yes, great to meet you guys too. Thank you for inviting me. It's a true pleasure. I've never, had a chance to be part of a bigger group like this, so I'm really happy to be
Oh,
here. Yes.
well, it's our pleasure to have you, and
Uh-huh.
really appreciate you taking the time out of a very slow day.
Yes, yes. Well, it's been
So,
excitement thanks to Mr. Trump, for this year.
all
I'm sure he's going to get all the credit for,
right.
yeah. So anyway,
I re
go ahead. So I'm a
Go ahead.
predominantly a technical and stock trader. Obviously, it looks like this is a
Right.
technical community, and my focus has primarily been in trying to find opportunities and mostly trading stocks, not just through stocks itself, but also through options. And
Okay.
I do both of those. And what I found is one thing I made a mistake this year was I really missed out on this bubble. I made a lot of money in the last bubble, and I really did not expect this bubble to be as big as it has become.
Okay. Well,
And
that's great transparency. You're not alone. And
yes.
this is where you are now, but it's also
Mhm.
interesting to the community and to me, I'll be selfish,
Yes.
to know a little bit about how you ended up in this industry and
Uh-huh.
how you got from point A at the beginning of your journey. Maybe you're looking at false charts
Yes.
before
So
true charts.
right.
And how did you get involved in the business?
So
How did it
basically,
happen for
yeah,
you?
yeah. So basically, it started quite some time back. I had a call from a cold call from a broker, and I was always interested in learning about the markets. And in those days, basically, brokers used to call you and talk to you, right? A few years ago, and they would cold call you and start buying stocks for you and stuff like that. So I was just like intrigued by it, and I went down that path, and I said, no, I think I can do better. And it was a hard learning lesson for me because in late in the mid 90s the markets were really sort of volatile and moving nowhere. And I
Yeah.
think once Greenspan unleashed his forces, everything just went to the moon.
Right.
And when I saw that, I realized it was a bubble. I actually cashed out right at the top. I remember that very distinctly because I was selling everything that was in my account. I didn't care. I was just like selling at market orders. I didn't care. I was just like just sell, 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 sell. And then
Wow.
I saw. Then we started a hedge fund actually, my partners and I, and we were actually right about the housing market. We were short, but we were early. And I find that my tendency is to be too early than too late.
Oh well, yeah, we're kindred spirits. So
Yeah, yeah.
how do you overcome that? I've teach people,
Hmm.
and for myself, I overcome it by entering the market with
Hmm.
partial positions, knowing that most likely I'm early. How do you do it?
So I think at that time we were raising money, and again that was another second bubble, right? That had
Yeah.
started at that time, and basically we were looking at the markets and going, "Wow, this is crazy! What's going on?" And I knew it was a bubble, and my position taking was probably too strong because I just go in sometimes quite heavily when I take a position, and that's a
Okay.
mistake you make. And I think the other big lesson I learned is stick to your rules, right? I mean, sticking to your rules and making sure you don't lose capital should be at the top of your list, right? If your trade is going against you, just keep your losses at 5 to 10%, right? Say, I'm done, no problem. I can go take the opposite trade of it, right? And I
Right.
think that's something you get emotional, and when you put emotion in any trade, that's it. You're going to lose money. Yeah, it's 100% probability you're going to lose money. So I think emotion has to come out. It's very difficult to do that sometimes for me, and it's cost me a lot sometime. And unfortunately, like I said, this market has been tough, but it's something I have to live with. And but I learned from it. And I think I tell people there are certain things, and machines are trading right now. You can tell when the machines are kicking in, specifically when you look at the intraday charts and even daily
Yes.
charts, and you can see that things are bouncing off 13-day, 50-day, 200-day. I mean, you can tell the machines are programmed to just look at those levels and just buy, 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 buy. And that's what you're seeing. And breakouts are happening regardless of, basically, I think that's happening because of financial engineering. and it's unfortunate. But I think people are being blinded. I think there's madness going on literally right now. We are at valuations we've never seen before, and so
Even more, according to your work, even more extreme than 99.
Yes,
even
yes.
the .com.
Well,
and how do you come to that conclusion? I'm curious, Bob.
So
that were more overvalued than 99.
So in 1999, you had a select sector that was overvalued, right? And so you knew that the tech stocks were overvalued. That was the only sector everybody was focused on. But now what you're seeing is it's more broader in scope. I mean, you're seeing many companies trading at price to sales valuations that make no sense. You're like, how can the price to sales? That means in some cases, their revenue has to go up 10x just to meet their price targets. So it's very, yeah. So I see
like
that
Amazon that's not making money right now.
Amazon is a good one. Nvidia is a good one. Even Boeing, for example, is a good one. Their PEs are high. Their price to sales ratios are very high. So you see that across several sectors, and you're like trying to figure out how these valuations work when the metrics should be at least half of that. And that's the problem.
Cheap money, buybacks, and like you said, financial engineering.
Yes. So it's unfortunate, but I think the goal should be to make money. Anyway, so I don't want to ramble on. So I want to make a point. I developed this platform basically primarily for stocks because I could not find anything out there that met my needs. And what we did was we actually put some trading algorithms in place and things on our platform that were really unique to our platform, basically. So we have some unique things. I'll quickly just go through one or two of them, and I'll let you guys see. So we have some problems with the Yahoo API because I think they shut it down, unfortunately. We were using them for our data, and that was a big problem. Now we are trying to figure out how to recover from that. So you'll see on this right-hand box, there's a lot of data missing, and that was primarily coming from Yahoo, and we sort of lost that.
Those Yahoos.
Yeah, it's a disaster. I don't know why they're acting so stupid. Anyway, you can see we have, what we did was I wanted a comprehensive sort of site that had everything on one page. I'm a one-pager kind of guy. So we developed this whole platform basically on that premise. And what we did was we did put news, charts, like basic technical features, all in one page so that you can quickly go and look at it without having to type in everything all over again. So, and the other thing we did was we actually created trading algorithms on our site that are very unique to us that nobody else has. So if you click on this button here, you can see, like, for example, so I look at daily, weekly charts. That's my goal. I always look at daily and weekly charts. And then I have my targets are basically, what I found is it's not the 10-day that works. It's the 13-day. Which is very interesting. And you will see as default, we plot our 13-day average on our charts, and that's intentional. We don't plot 10-day, we plot 13-day average on our charts, 13, 50, and 20. That's what I typically watch. And I am a big follower of MACD. I don't like RSI because RSI is a short-term indicator in my mind, and I don't think it really proves anything. It has never proven anything. Even MACD at times is a little, what do I call it, misleading. And so I don't, I try not to get too caught up in that. Whenever I've tried to follow that too much, it's caused me some problems. Now I know intraday how it works. When I do I use 5-minute charts primarily for my intraday trading. But for daily, I try to watch it because it has a tendency to consolidate and move higher. So I just want to show a quick thing here, and then I'll show quick features, how we use and why we develop this platform, and I hope people can use it. And so if you click on a button here, you will see we automatically show you buy-sell signals. Now we can backtest this feature, and we actually show you where to buy and where to sell. So automatically, this is a very fast trading strategy, which is entirely technical. And then we have something called positional, which is a more conservative trading strategy, which looks at the longer term picture of the stock trend and then develops this. So you can see Boeing, it generated a buy signal quite some time ago. And that was one of my top picks, by the way, from last year. Because, yeah, so it was one of my top picks, and I had picked it at around 180. But you'll see that this chart will show that it picked it much earlier than that. I'm hoping that's, yeah, you can see it picked it right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is automatic. Okay, this is nothing. I am not doing anything. It's our trading algorithm that's turning on basically. So we have this feature set in our site, and actually we developed this on our own. And so we are really a fintech platform that's trying to enhance people's skills, trading skills, and that's what our goal is. Also, we have some other strategies here, and then what we do is there's another unique feature that's unique to us is backtest. So backtest, what it does is it actually, you can go run, we have the fastest backtest feature on the web actually, by the way. It's entirely developed by, yes. I'll show you something very quickly. So let's take a stock, for example, BA. And let's say over 1,000 bars, which is about 3 years. I can say start testing, bingo. There's your answer. Okay, I did nothing. I just used the standard MACD operating system. It tells you the date, enter the trade. There is no slippage in this sense because it actually enters the trade at the end of the day, because typically the trading platforms, majority of them have slippage and all this other stuff included. We actually tell you what price we'll enter it, when you should exit, when the signal is changed. Okay, so you can look at this and you can say, oh wow, I made 42%, regardless of the stock going up. That's efficient use of capital is what I call it, right? So yeah, so
are the reds losing trades or shorts?
Yes. They are losing trades. Now we have a trade we have a section here called short sell. We are trying to improve it. So you can do short sell, and then this is just buy and long. So if you just want to be a long trader, we have the long, and then we have the short sell also. And then we have one that says both. Now let me show you something very amazing. I'll show you some. This is entirely from my experience. Nobody thinks about these things. I'll show you something. Let's say this was entirely came from our drive when we were running our hedge fund. So let's say I enter Boeing, and I want to say based on the MACD system, and I want to find the most optimal point when I enter the trade and what day to exit. What's the best probability of my return? So if you see here, it uses the standard parameters, but then there's a number here that says how many days do you want to wait in the trade once the signal is triggered. So I put 10 days, for example. I can test it, and bingo, what will give me an answer? It says, oh, you were in 10 days in the trade, you only made 13%, you had 20 winning trades, 12 losing trades, your average gain was 2.78%. So we have all these features built in right there.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And
are you a coder and developer?
I'm an engineer.
Okay. All right. So you'd be too lazy to do all this stuff on your web.
Yeah, this was just my ideas that I had my coder do for me. So yes. So I'll just show you a quick thing here. So you can see I can change the cycle time and adjust the parameters to try to get the best, most optimum thing. So we can do this for literally every stock and find you the best signal for every stock and tell you for that stock in your portfolio, we can alert you on that signal and tell you when to buy and what your probability of return is going to be.
Amazing. Real nice site. Very nice spot.
Yes. So this is, we have all these different, you can see these different indicators. You can backtest any one of them. So like if you use just our TC positional, and you can see here, it's simple. It says, oh, you did bad, because you just used TC positional straight. It didn't work for you. But I can change this and say, oh, you know what? I just want to do that. I just want to use that to tell me what happens if I exit 30 days after the trade, the signal is generated. And I'll show you one quick other feature right after that. I don't want to take everybody's time too much. So overall, what I think of the market is, I think the market is very, very overextended, but I think there's still a melt up coming. And I believe that may happen going into the New Year's. There'll be some consolidation before the melt up happens. I think it'll probably be in the NASDAQ. Because it's not done yet.
Before what happens, Bob? I didn't catch a word.
So I'm thinking right around New Year's, basically, in heading into New Year's, I believe there'll be a melt up in the NASDAQ.
Melt up. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I'll show you one other quick thing here. We have a unique thing here called portfolio. And basically what we do is if you enter your portfolio in this page, we'll automatically email you email at night telling you what technical signals your stocks are breaking or meeting. Are they bullish or bearish?
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what's great about your site? And our site is like that as well. You know, we put a lot of money into development. Is that our most valuable currency is time. And this is a time saver for people.
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, I mean, money comes and goes, time is gone forever. So
time is gone
anything
forever.
that you like that. So, you know, anything that saves you time, you get the answers right away where you could spend hours trying to do it on your own.
So this is,
I think it's a great service. Go ahead.
Yeah, so let me show you this page. This is entirely developed out of my passion for time. Okay, so let me show you something. This is amazing.
All right.
Certain sites don't do it the way we do it. We have all these reports that are generated at the end of the day. So stocks that touch 200 days, stocks that touch 13 day, and stuff like that. So you can sort through this quickly, and I'll show you something very unique. That's the most unique thing. And we don't count this as page views when our analytics. We are working on that. We should have done that long time ago. I do very minimal ad spend on this site. It's only like $60 a month. So that's all I pay for it. So, but let me show you this unique feature. So you can quickly see time. Here you go, time.
Right.
I can quickly scan through 10 charts without even having to think. Nice. I can tell you, I want to buy this stock, right? Because it gapped up.
Nice gap, yeah.
Yeah, and so I can quickly go through a list without even having to type every symbol. And we basically show you with the indicator. Now we are actually working on improving the intelligence of that by showing you the actual indicator that's listed on top. So if it says MACD, it should show that and the MACD. If it's something else, it'll show you that indicator. We have not put that intelligence in place yet. We are working on that. But I think I think it's a useful tool, and I use it every day basically for my trading and analysis. I've trying to get into Forex, but I've not had a chance to really sit down and work on it because I love Forex, but I think because it has a nice leverage and 10 to 1, and it doesn't fly away from you. It doesn't take off from you.
Don't expand into Forex, okay?
Oh.
Your site is too good, okay? So where do you trade from? Where are you from, Bob?
I'm from India actually, but I've been in the US for the last 25 plus years. I've been working predominantly at Fortune 500 companies. I currently work at Qualcomm actually as an engineer.
Are you here in California?
Yes, I am.
Are.
Yeah, I'm in Bay Area. Yes, I'm in San Jose, California. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well, you know, what a pleasure meeting you, and very impressive what you have put together for the stock side. So
yes,
the best way for people to follow you is either on Twitter at TrueChart.
Right.
With spelled TRU, not leave the E out.
Yes.
And your website's www.truecharts.com, correct?
Yes, correct. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay, so thank you for your time, and congratulations on what you've developed. This is a great service for stock jocks, and why don't we get back together after the melt up and
sure, definitely
some of your ideas for a correction in this euphoria.
Yes, let's definitely do that. Absolutely. Invite me anytime. I'm always open to talk about some few things, but I think is happening overall.
All right, Bob. Thank you so much, my trading warrior brother, Bob Bhatia. Thank Bob, and I'll tell you, if you're a stock trader, check him out.
Yeah,
good hunting.
Thank you so much.
Good hunting, Bob.
All right. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Dale.
All right, buddy. So that's it for our session today, everybody. I'll see everyone for Thankful Thursday after our wonderful Wednesday. Good hunting the rest of the day. And remember, most of all, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Adios, my trading warrior brothers and sisters. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care.
You're very welcome, Bob.
Thanks. Bye.
See you, Kevin. You're welcome, everybody. Adios, Luca.